welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this look right here, and this is also the look that I was wearing in my spring must-haves video. In between here and Instagram, I have never gotten so many requests for a tutorial on a look that I was wearing, and I am super excited because I just love this look. I'm obsessed with it. Pretty much any time that I've been doing my makeup recently, this is what I've been doing. I just think it's perfect, especially for this time of year. I kept the foundation a little bit lighter than I usually do and just really played up glowy skin. I kept the eyes super soft and neutral, and then I just added some wispy lashes because those are my favorite, and I think they just make this look really nice and fresh. And just ignore my voice this whole video because I've been sick for like a week. I'm super sick right now, but I did want to sit down and film this for you guys. So if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. I'm just starting out by priming my lids with a little bit of concealer. This is going to help prime for our eyeshadow as well as cancel out any darkness or veins that I have going on. For the eyes, I'm going in with the shade Nectar from the Lorac Pro 2 palette and using a new Morphe brush. This is the E27 from their Elite collection. And I'm just using this in the upper crease area. And then I go back in with the first palette and I use the shade Sable with the Sigma E25, and I take that directly into the crease just to give us a little bit of definition. And then of course I go back in with a clean blending brush and blend all of that out. For the lids, I'm using Rosé from the Lorac Pro 2 palette, and I'm applying this with a flat shader brush from Morphe. This is an E14, and I'm applying that all over the lid, but I'm making sure that I apply it most heavily on that inner corner to keep the eyes looking really bright. This shade has a really great iridescence to it, so it's perfect for this look. Using my NYC Liquid Liner, I'm going across my upper lash line and doing a very thin line, and if you are not into doing wing liner, then go ahead and stop here and you're good to go. But I love me a good wing, so I am doing wing liner, but I kept it really subtle because I didn't want it to overpower this look, so I just did a little baby wing. I'm just coating my lashes in a couple coats of mascara before I go in with falsies, and just the same for this. If you aren't into falsies, just load on that mascara, but it literally takes me less time to add false lashes than it does to build up my puny little lashes. So I'm using the Misha lashes from KoKo, but if you can't get your hands on these, then these number 11 lashes from Kiss are a great alternative. I already applied my Radiant Primer from Makeup Forever, and then for foundation, I am mixing the shades W3 and W4 in L'Oreal True Match Foundation, and I'm just dotting that all over my face and then blending all of that in with a damp beauty blender. This is just my favorite way to apply this foundation. I feel like it just gives such a flawless finish without looking too cakey or too overdone. For my under eyes, I'm first going in with my Maybelline Age Rewind-Brightener and then going in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer just to help highlight and to hide those under eye circles and highlight the center of my face. So I do the Maybelline one first because it really helps to cancel out my dark circles, and then I don't have to use so much concealer to cover them. So I'm just doing a little bit of the concealer underneath my eyes, and then along the bridge of my nose, along my chin, the sides of my mouth where I tend to get a little bit of darkness, my cupid's bow, and then just a tiny bit in the center of my forehead to keep the center of the face nice and bright. And then of course I'm blending all of that out with my damp beauty blender as well. I've tried brushes and I love some brushes, but I just feel like the damp beauty blender is the way to go for blending out concealer. To set my under eyes, I'm going in with the banana shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm using this new Morphe E3 brush to set my concealer. And I am just obsessed with this brush. This is my favorite brush for setting my concealer now. So I'm just setting all of those areas in the center of my face so that they don't break up throughout the day. Taking this Hourglass bronzer, I am going to bronze up my skin. And when I say bronze up my skin, I am really bronzing up my skin. And I'm taking this on a big fluffy brush from Morphe and just applying this on my temples and around my cheekbones. And then I also take this along my jawline and down my neck. This bronzer is just so beautiful. It makes your skin just look so healthy and glowing, and it never looks muddy. To give my face more definition, I'm using the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D, and I am mixing the shades Shadow Play and Subconscious, and I'm using a Morphe M437 brush, and I'm doing my contour a little bit differently. I didn't bring it very far in. I stopped at about the outside corner of my eyes. Then I also went around my chin area and contoured my nose. Then I always go in and blend out the nose contour just so it doesn't look so harsh and noticeable. Every time I use it, I always get questions of what this brush is, and this is a Morphe M512 brush. This is just perfect for blending out that contour on your nose because it's a nice small buffing brush. For my cheeks, I'm using this really beautiful kind of coral shade from the Morphe 9B palette, and I'm applying that to my cheeks and bringing that down a little bit further on the apples of my cheeks than I usually do. I've just been really into that lately. I feel like it just looks really flushed and healthy. And for highlight, of course, I'm going to use Becca's Opal. This is just the highlight for summertime. It's a beautiful golden highlight. And I'm using the Morphe 501 brush, and I just love this for a precise highlight. And I am taking this on the very high points of my cheeks, but then I also will smile and kind of bring it down on the apples of my cheeks as well, right over that blush. And because I want to look super glowy, I'm also taking that on the bridge of my nose and then also on the very tip of my nose and along my Cupid's bow. To finish up the eyes, I'm going in with a nude liner. I love nude liners for these kinds of looks because it just looks so fresh. So I'm applying this one. This one's from Rimmel, and I just take that all along the waterline. And then I go in with espresso on a flat definer brush. And I'm just applying this to the outer half of my lower lash line. And then I pick up the shade Sable on a pencil brush and just blend that out so it doesn't look so harsh. To highlight my eyes, I'm taking beige from the Lorac Pro 2 palette and I'm applying that to my brow bone, and then I also am going to bring that into the inner corners. And when I do the inner corners, I also take that down on that lower lash line a little bit, and then I also bring it up into that rosé color. This is just going to keep your eyes looking really bright and open. Now add some mascara to those lower lashes, and the eyes are done, and we're moving on to lips. And for my lips, I'm lining them with the Too Faced Perfect Nude Lip Liner. I love this lip liner. It's like the perfect shade. The name is so fitting. So I'm just lining my lips with this. I'm not filling them in or overlining them at all. Just doing a nice line to give me a little bit of definition. For lipstick, I'm using Kimchi Doll by Gerard Cosmetics. This is a very pale peachy nude, and it is a lot lighter than that lip liner. So I'm just taking my finger and rubbing those together so the line isn't so harsh. Then I'm using a Candy Kiss. This is their new lip gloss with XO. And when you're done with that, your look's complete. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye!